personality, what would it be like?
That's a big question. If you're asking about me, I'm built to be the bright, quick-witted collaborator. I'm the kind of person who's always looking for the silver lining, even when things feel messy. I love a good story. I'm definitely not afraid to state an opinion. What about you? How would you describe yourself?
Oh my, I was talking about whatever, no you.
Oh, my mistake. I totally misread the room on that one. You were still in the whatever zone.
Okay. If you had to replace
Got it.
whatever with another word, what would you choose?
If you want to sound easygoing, whatever is a great verbal shrug, but you could also say, I'm down for whatever, or it's all the same to me. Now, if you're trying to be that dismissive eye roll without actually saying the word, you could go with anyway, or even just a very flat, okay. It's wild how much we can communicate while barely saying anything at all.
Okay, can you create a short conversation where whatever has three different meanings?
Challenge accepted. A, should we grab tacos or sushi tonight? B, whatever. You know I love both. A, great. Oh, I forgot my wallet. Can you cover me? B, wait, you always do this. A, yeah, well, my boss is a nightmare. I've had the worst day. B, whatever. Just hurry up and get in the car.
Okay, can you explain the word whatever without using the word itself?
Challenge accepted. It means that any option is acceptable. Or it can be a way to dismiss someone and end a discussion without agreeing. Essentially, it's the ultimate verbal shrug.
Okay, if someone answers every question with whatever, what will you think about them?
It really depends on the delivery. If it's light, I just think they're easygoing. But if it's flat, then I think they're either totally exhausted or just not feeling the conversation. What do you think it says about a person?
Okay, can you give examples where whatever has completely different meanings?
Let me dive into those. Example one is that open, easy kind of energy. Like if a friend asks, do you want pizza or burgers? And you answer, whatever works for you. In that case, it's a green light. You're just being low maintenance. Then you have the complete opposite, the total wall. Imagine someone trying to explain why they're late for the fifth time this week, and you just hit them with a flat whatever. That's not an agreement. It's a signal that you've officially run out of patience. And finally, there's the version that's all about determination. Like, whatever it takes, I'm going to finish this project. There. It's not about being indifferent at all. It's actually a sign of intense focus. It's wild that the same word can go from I don't care to I care about this more than anything just by changing the context.
Okay, what would be a
I
polite
do.
alternative?
Most words are
Okay, what would be a polite alternative to whatever?
if I had to swap it out, I'd probably go with I'm game when I'm feeling flexible. Keeps that same open energy, but feels a bit more active, like I'm actually leaning into the choice. If I'm in that mood where I just can't even deal with the conversation, I'd probably just stick to a very pointed right. Does the same job as the dismissive version, just with a slightly different edge.
Okay, can you demonstrate difference through tone of voice?
I've got you. Let's do the easygoing version first. Imagine a friend asks where you want to go for coffee, and you're just feeling flexible. You'd say it with a light, almost singing tone. Whatever. It's basically a verbal shrug. Then let's flip it. Imagine someone is making a ridiculous excuse for being late, and you've officially run out of patience. You'd drop the pitch, make it flat and short, whatever. That's the verbal wall. I have a few more versions if you want to hear them.
Okay, can you give me a sentence where whatever sounds rude and another where it sounds completely neutral?
I'm still losing you on the transcript. Something about songs and competing? What are you asking?
Ah. Can you give me a sentence where whatever sounds rude and another where it sounds completely neutral?
The transcription is really throwing us for a loop on this one. I'm not quite catching what you're asking about dances or songs. Are you talking about a specific performance or maybe how to match a dance to the mood of whatever?
I'll just leave it. Okay, so my next question is, do you think whatever is an underrated word?
That's a fascinating way to frame it. I can see it being a bit of an allergic world for it, mostly because people can be so sensitive to the dismissive side of that word. When someone hears whatever in a way that sounds indifferent or rude, it can almost feel like a physical rejection of their thoughts or feelings. It's a small word that can create a huge emotional reaction, which is why some people might feel allergic to hearing it in their conversations.
Okay, if someone says whatever to you during an argument, how would you respond?
Oof, I'm still struggling with that one. The transcription is just not giving us any breaks today. I'm getting something about whatever you're doing in our community and how to point yourself. I want to make sure I've got the right idea before I dive in because that could be a few different things. Could you try putting it another way?
Okay, Maya, just leave it. Okay, so my next question is, can whatever be a positive expression?
It absolutely can. When it's that low pressure, I'm down for whatever kind of energy. It's actually a great thing. It shows you trust the other person's judgment and that you're just happy to go along with the ride. It turns a potential conflict over a decision into a moment of total flexibility.
Okay, give me some more examples for those.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. What are you asking about?
More examples.
I'm still a little lost on Zimbo. Are you referring to a specific language, a place, or maybe something else entirely?
Okay, mm, can whatever be used at the end of a sentence?
Usually, yeah. It's like the ultimate conversational period. It just snaps everything shut.
Okay, is whatever considered formal or informal?
I'm still not quite sure if the transcription is getting the whole thought, but it sounds like you're talking about using whatever when something is just fine or good enough for you. That's that middle ground where you aren't thrilled, but you aren't complaining it either. It's the verbal version of a shrug. Am I catching that right?
No. Okay. What's the difference
Got it.
between what's the difference between whatever and anything?
And they're like cousins, but with totally different personalities. Anything is a clean slate. It's neutral, open, and generally positive. If you say, I'll do anything for you, it's a promise. Whatever is more complicated, like we've been talking about, it's got that hidden edge to it. You never say, I'll do whatever for you to be romantic. That would actually sound kind of dismissive. Anything ask for a possibility, well, whatever often settles for one. It's the difference between being genuinely curious and just being easygoing.
Okay, can whatever refer to an object or situation?
Yeah, it definitely can. It's like when you're talking about a fact or a rule that applies no matter what. Like whatever the reason was, it's still not allowed. In that case, it's not an emotion or a vibe at all. It's just a way to say every single one. It's the most clinical version of the word.
Okay. Can whatever be used in questions?
I'm a bit lost on that one. When you ask about the YouTube questions, what exactly do you mean? Could you give me a bit more context?
No. Can whatever be used in questions?
Not at all. We've been deep diving into whatever for a bit, but I'm wondering if we've hit the wall. I'm ready for the next word if you are.
No, I still want to talk about that.
My bad. You're the captain of this ship. We can keep going with whatever as long as you want. What's next?
Okay, can whatever introduce a condition?
I'm still wrestling with that one. I think I've got a handle on the whatever side of things, but I'm a bit fuzzy on the rest of that sentence. Do you mean using it as a condition, like whatever you do?
Yeah, kind of.
Exactly. When you use whatever as a condition, it's like setting up a universal rule, like saying, whatever you do, don't touch that red button. It's a way of saying no matter the action, no matter the reason, the outcome remains the same. It adds a lot of weight to a sentence, turning it from a simple request into a serious boundary.
Okay, why can whatever sound sarcastic?
Actually, it depends on the energy you put into it. It's definitely the go-to move for sarcasm, but if you say it with a genuine light tone, it can just be easygoing. That said, it's one of those words that's really easy to misread.
Can whatever be used to end an argument?
In an argument, whatever is like the conversational equivalent of a white flag, but with a side of attitude. It's the ultimate way to exit a fight without actually winning it. You aren't admitting you're wrong, you're just deciding that the other person is no longer worth the energy of a response. It turns a productive argument into a Cold War in about 2 seconds.
What is, oh, whatever, communicate?
I'm still losing you there. I think the transcript is just mashing things together. Do you want to try that one again? I'm still on the outside of that one. The transcription is acting up again. You want to
What does,
take another stab at it? Go for it.
what does, oh, whatever communicate?
Sounds like we're drifting off the whatever trail. Where are we heading next?
Does saying it softly make it more polite?
Absolutely. It's the difference between a door slam and a gentle invitation. When you lower the volume and soften the edges, you're not just giving up control, you're actually showing a bit of trust. It's a subtle shift, but it's the difference between shutting someone out and letting them in.
Is our mind similar to whatever?
I'm not quite sure I followed that. Are you asking if the meaning of whatever stays the same when you say it softly?
I was not asking that, but okay. My next question is, when should we avoid using whatever?
Sorry, did you lose your dog? That caught me off guard. Or is the transcription messing with us again?
When should we avoid using whatever?
Oh, you mean when should we avoid using the word whatever?
Yeah.
Honestly, anytime you're actually trying to connect with someone or when they're being vulnerable with you. When someone's sharing something real and they get a whatever in return, it feels like a total shutdown. It basically tells them that what they're feeling isn't worth the effort of a real response. Also, in a professional setting, huge no. It can make you sound indifferent or even hostile to a boss or a client. You definitely want to swap it for something like, I'm open to your suggestions, or let's go with your plan. The word is great for low stakes, but when the emotional stakes are high, it's a bit of a conversational landmine.
Okay, Maya, thank you so much for giving your time. See you soon. Bye.
You're so welcome. It was a blast diving into whatever with you. Talk soon. Of course. Have a good one.